Welcome to the Pharma Voice Editor's Take video series, filmed live at the 2013 DIA Annual Meeting in Boston, hosted by Taryn Grome, editor of Pharma Voice. In this episode, Taryn meets with Keith Kleeman, CEO, ClinGenuity.
Welcome to the 2013 DIA Editor's Take video program.
Thanks, I appreciate you for having me.
Keith, tell us a little bit why you believe artificial intelligence, or AI, is going to transform clinical development.
Sure. Well, it's no secret that pharma desperately needs technology advancements in order to increase efficiencies, reduce development time and costs, and get important products to patients in need quicker and hopefully more affordably. But to be honest, pharma's been promised technology advancements for the last 20-25 years, and unfortunately few of those have become a reality. In years past, part of the problem was that the technologies being offered required massive front-end training by early adopters for what were very limited returns. So ultimately those failed. And what we're seeing today is the technologies being offered, although they have advanced, a lot of the technology companies and informatics companies are still expecting sponsors to abandon their own internally developed processes and procedures for the promise of something better, for the promise of this technology that they're offering. And this stems in part from the fact that the technologies being developed, the companies themselves, are not intimately aware of clinical research and development. They don't come out of research and development firms, so they don't know how big of a burden it is for sponsors to have to abandon things that they've spent decades developing. And so that's what we're seeing. And at ClinGenuity, we understood that, and we took a slightly different angle on it. And we thought by building technology advancements that were built on artificial intelligence, we could get around two of those big hurdles. So what you're seeing is because we built our systems on artificial intelligence, we can, one, reduce the amount of training. Our system requires almost no training whatsoever for users to come in and start using our system. And number two, we can honor the intellectual capital of sponsors. So what that means is we don't ask them to modify the way that they do their business. We don't ask them to do anything differently in order to use our system. And our system is intelligent enough that we can actually go to them and say, continue to do your business the way that you've always done it. We'll conform to you instead of asking for you to conform to us. And so the reception to date has been enormously positive. What we're seeing is about 200 hours of internal resource utilization being saved for each and every study report that goes through our system. We're seeing upwards of 4 weeks of clinical development time for each and every clinical trial that goes through our system. Now, understanding that industry-wide there are about 6,000 sponsor-initiated trials a year, ClinGenuity has the ability, because it's built on high-level artificial intelligence, to save upwards of 24,000 weeks of clinical development each and every year. So in short, what the impact of artificial intelligence is, number one, going to be drastic and easily measurable gains in efficiencies, while at the same time honoring sponsors' intellectual capital.
Those are very impressive statistics. And to move forward, what do you think are some of the biggest obstacles to gaining traction for this kind of disruptive innovation with the various stakeholders, and how are you overcoming these barriers?
Sure. Well, any paradigm shift definitely can be met with some resistance. And cutting-edge technology by its very nature is a paradigm shift, so you have to get past that. The difference, though, is that we see our technology not as a disruptive innovation, but rather an innovation born out of necessity. So the reception to date by pharma has been one that's very positive with very little resistance. Look, this is a technology that's absolutely needed in the industry right now. They have to reduce cycle times, they have to increase efficiencies, they have to find ways to get drugs to market more efficiently. And the technology that we've developed in that regard is now born out of necessity, and certainly is not being viewed as a disruptive technology. So we're seeing little, if any, resistance to this.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Additional Editor's Take videos, as well as podcasts, white papers, webinars, and more, are available in the resources area at www.pharmavoice.com.